KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you guys. Was that the whole fourth grade, do you think?
Looked like it.
Okay.
Huebner Elementary.
Huebner Elementary. Yeah, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, January 22nd.
Thanks for joining us. What a great group out there. I like that at the end they're like, good morning, and then that one person at the end, bye. That was cute.
That was great. Well, here we are 22 days into the new year, and we are finally doing some catching up in the rainfall department. But as it always goes around here, it's feast or famine when it comes to rainfall.
Feels that way, doesn't it? Just a ton of rain overnight into this morning. We're setting all sorts of records when it comes to daily rainfall totals. And now we've already got the 9th wettest January on record. Go figure. El Nino finally decided to kick in, right? But the heavy rain continues right now. We're still seeing that east of San Antonio, not necessarily here in town. The rain for the most part is ended. We've got a few light showers that'll still work through, but these will not really add to the flooding issue. But if you're east of San Antonio, say Gonzales, even just east of New Braunfels, we're still going to deal with some of that, and the rainfall totals are still adding up. Let me talk about January. 4.73 inches now. We picked up over 3.5 inches from last night through this morning. That is now the 9th wettest January all time. And you compare that to last January, where we only picked up 7/10 of an inch. Wow, what a difference. We've got more in the way, believe it or not. There is more in the forecast. So our forecast for the rest of this morning, a little bit of fog, still a few showers, noontime 52. And then I think as we get towards the afternoon, there could be a few peaks of sun. Temperatures will make their way up to around 57, 58 or so. And then we start to add in rain chances again, starting this evening, but more so overnight into tomorrow morning. So we could be doing this all over again. I don't think the rain's going to be as heavy tonight into tomorrow morning as it was this morning, but still, it's going to add insult to injury because any extra rain on top of some of this funny rainfall we've already seen could cause issues. So here's a look at the rain chances. I'd say 70% Monday night into Tuesday, tonight into tomorrow morning, and then we'll have more chances on Wednesday. So just incredible, the active pattern that we are now in. I want to show you some video, the high water rescues we dealt with last night, so many of them. And according to SAFD, there were 25 water rescues or investigation calls from 11:45 p.m. until 8 a.m. this morning. And you see several areas around town that were dealing with it. You know, after a drought, a lot of the drains get clogged, and then the rain starts to pile up. And when it comes down that heavy, then you start to run into some problems. And it's still there, RJ. We're still dealing with problems on the roadways at this hour, correct?
Oh, yeah, Justin. Yeah, it's been a very, very busy morning as we take a look outside TransGuide traffic cameras. You're looking right now at 90 eastbound at Leon Creek. Of course, one of these areas that always kind of gets flooded, especially when we get a lot of heavy rain. We have one vehicle there that has stranded. That was on the access there road at 90 at Leon Creek. So again, a very, very busy morning throughout the area. The other trouble spots that we've been following throughout the morning, we still have this closure here on the eastbound lanes at 410 at Rolling Ridge. So you see this pool of water, basically just like a small lake of water there on the highway. Again, some stuff that we've never really seen before here. In I-10 Medical, you see the same situation here. A lot of standing water. San Antonio police are still in the scene here. We have blocked off at least 3 of the main lanes on I-10 eastbound at Medical. So again, very interesting to see a couple of areas that we don't normally see flood get a lot of standing water and a lot of flooding throughout the morning. But I want to take you outside of maps and show you exactly what we're looking at here. Again, this one here, 410 at Rolling Ridge, that has backed up traffic all the way to 151. So there have been just major delays here going all the way to Evers Road, Culebra. It has been touch and go in that area there. Again, eastbound I-10 at Medical, and we now have a crash being reported at 410 eastbound at I-10. We're going to get to some other areas here. Try and stick with me here. We've just cleared out. Okay, so we had some high water being reported at 35 at Alamo. That has been cleared out. 10 in Colorado. We're good there, according to TxDOT. And our maps still have some delays there. AT&T Center Parkway and 35 South. And now we go back to the west side because this is, again, what we were talking about, that shot at Leon Creek. This is where Leon Creek is right now. Again, 90 eastbound at Old Highway 90 West. Basically, that's Enrique Barrera Parkway. A lot of people do recognize it as Old Highway 90 West, so keep that in mind. Rest of the city, again, just our major delays there. 410, I-10. We still have a high water alert over there on I-10 westbound at Camp Bullis. We've had that one out there throughout most of the morning, so keep that in mind if you are headed out on the northwest side. So again, just guys, it's been a messy messy morning on the roadways right now. A lot of water still out there. So if you are headed out, make sure to be cautious and obviously give emergency officials and TxDOT officials enough opportunities to clear out a lot of that standing water and clear out any disabled vehicles or any potential crashes. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Yeah, we just saw a picture from 151 Westerville Hills area that's had high water all morning, and this picture is from right after the sunrise this morning, so still a problem.
Yeah, that one's been another spot throughout the morning, 151 for sure.
Yes, sir.
Let's avoid that area, and let's look at today's 9 at 9.
SAISD is back in session today after widespread heating system failures prompted district-wide closures last week. Since the school closures on Thursday and Friday, about 50 HVAC specialists have conducted thorough checks of heating systems and analyzed conditions site by site across the district. Later this morning at 11, Superintendent Dr. Jaime Aquino will hold a press conference to update everyone on their situation.
Ron DeSantis has dropped out of the race for president and is supporting former President Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley says even if she loses tomorrow in New Hampshire, she's not quitting. And Trump could take the stand in a New York City courtroom today for the case brought on by E. Jean Carroll.
The death toll is rising from back-to-back storms, with Tennessee, Mississippi, and Oregon hit the worst. The severe weather isn't over yet, but is changing. Soon, some places could be almost 30 degrees warmer than last week. Today, the Central Plains are getting sleet and ice storms. Areas further south likely will see even higher temperatures. There, forecasters predict heavy rain and a risk of flooding.
People are starting the year much more upbeat about the economy. A survey by the University of Michigan says consumer sentiment is up nearly 30% since November, the biggest two-month jump since 1991.
The FAA is now expanding the list of jets that should be inspected after a door plug blew out mid-flight on an Alaska Airlines plane that led to the grounding of Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes. Regulators now say other 737s that use the same door plug design should also be inspected.
Google has made it easier to unsubscribe from unwanted emails in Gmail. Now the option appears when hovering over emails as opposed to only being able to do so after they're opened. And it will show automatically on emails opened in the app as opposed to behind the three dots menu.
A salmonella outbreak linked to cantaloupe is now over, according to the CDC. More than 400 people became sickened in 44 states. That led to 158 hospitalizations and 6 deaths. The cantaloupe were sold at a number of retailers, including Quick Trip, Kroger, and Trader Joe's between September and December of last year.
It is National School Choice Week, and this week is dedicated to informing parents and making them aware of different types of schools available for children grades kinder through 12th grade. That includes traditional, public, charter, magnet, online, private, and homeschooling.
The NFL Conference Championship games are set. The Texans' season came to an end Saturday after losing to the Ravens. Now, the Ravens will host the Chiefs on Sunday at 2 p.m. for the AFC title, and the 49ers will host the Lions Sunday at 5:30 p.m. for the NFC title. The winners of those games will play in the Super Bowl on February 11th. And that's today's 9 at 9. Well, in your morning headlines, it's the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, and a party in West Houston in Katy came to a deadly end.
Plus, we know the price of groceries is up, how much are Texas families paying compared to other states, and an amateur golfer makes history. David Sears is here with your morning headlines.
There's good news and there's bad news for this amateur golfer. Poor guy wins a tournament. We'll leave it at that. We'll get to it in just a second. But first, let's start with this. 51 years ago today, the landmark Roe v. Wade decision was handed down by the Supreme Court. The court legalized abortion in the United States. That decision also legalized several other health privacy rules that included info about families, relationships, bodily autonomy. That law stood until June of 2020. That's when the Supreme Court ruled that there was no constitutional right to abortion and overturned Roe v. Wade, sending decisions back to the individual states to decide abortion. Investigators looking into a shooting at a short-term rental in Katy. 3 dead, 2 injured. There were more than a dozen people at this house. Police describing it as a party early Sunday morning when someone opened fire. Investigators trying to figure out if the suspect person or persons doing the shooting were already at the party or showed up uninvited. They also said there was evidence of gunshots outside the house as well as inside. One man, one woman dead at the scene. Another man died at the hospital. Police also looking for a motive. If you do the grocery shopping in your house, sometimes it's split between me and my wife. Or maybe you don't, but you do hear about it when the shopper gets home. Honey, did you see the price of groceries this week? Unbelievable. Head of lettuce over $1.50. Used to be less, right? Doesn't that happen at your house when you come home with a bag of groceries and it's not near the big bag that you had the last time you came home?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dollars.
I just didn't know you did voices.
Oh, no. Honey. Milk, cookies, everything else. Bag of chips. You know what the bag of chips is? The bag of chips, they make it sound like it's the same price. It hadn't gone up that much, but the bag is smaller. Check it out. It used to be like 12 ounces, and now it's like 8.5 or something ridiculous. You know, I bought a bag of Fritos the other day. It's like
Shrinkflation.
It's like, what is that? The Census Bureau's household pulse survey shows that we are shelling out about $270 a week for groceries. Of course, that is about $150 more than what we used to shell out. Of course, the number depends on the number of people in your house, like just me and my wife, but still more. And where you live, for instance, California households, they're paying $297, almost $300 a week for groceries. Nevada and Mississippi follow California the least. North Carolina, New York, and Illinois. Texas, number 7 on the list. We're paying an average of $286 a week for groceries. All right, here's the good news. You're looking at 20-year-old University of Alabama sophomore making history over the weekend. That is Nick Dunlap. Just won a golf tournament on the PGA Tour, a first for an amateur since 1991. He won the American Express tournament in California, the only amateur in the field. He started the final round yesterday with the lead. He lost the lead. Then he got it back, and you saw the winning putt right there to take home the trophy. That's all he gets.
You're always watching the PGA Tour, right, growing up, and to see people win and then go crazy. And I just never, I thought I could, but I never saw myself in that position.
All right, it's great to win the tournament, but here's the catch. He can't take home the $1.5 million first place prize because he's an amateur, so that money goes to the guy who came in second. Phil Mickelson, the last amateur to win a golf tournament on the PGA Tour in 1991.
Wow.
But he doesn't get the 1.5, sorry.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he got a nice trophy, though.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
David, thank you so much. Right now it's 9:10, 48 degrees.
It's been almost a month since Savannah Soto and her unborn baby were murdered. Now she's finally being laid to rest. Her funeral is happening right now. And last night, her family and friends held a rosary in Savannah's honor. They're now just praying for justice against the people arrested for her murder. You can watch our latest story on this case right now on our website at KSAT.com. We'll be right back. Let's look out there with a live cam. Yeah, kind of a cold, rainy morning, 48 degrees still, and, still a lot of problems out there on the roadways.
Still, quite a few. I want to show you some video from earlier. Still more high water rescues. We had so many of these overnight. Just because the water came down so quick. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the drains, a lot of times after a long drought, will get filled with trash and it doesn't drain so well, and some of the roadways take on a lot of water. This is just one example. El Monte Boulevard, looks like we had an issue with drainage there. And then Santa Rosa and Cesar Chavez Boulevard, just multiple issues across town. That's the bottom line. And it was all due to this really heavy rain. Some of the heaviest rain we've seen since 2021. Okay, this has been several years since we've seen rain like this. Let's go to the radar, and I'll show you that the rain is coming to an end. So if you're watching us from here in San Antonio, rain's winding down. We still have a few showers here and there, some light showers, northern Bexar County and the Comal County, but for the most part, the heaviest of the rain is shifting east now. If you're watching us from Gonzales, Hallettsville, Cuero, down to Victoria, heavy rain continues. There is still a threat for flash flooding here. There are no flash flood warnings, but I would tell you that some of the low water crossings certainly could take on some water, and it could get a little bit dangerous. So we want to watch our eastern counties as well. I want to show you the numbers. Now, these are big numbers. 3.59 in San Antonio. That's the total as of now. And we're going to add to this, okay? We've got more rain chances headed our way later tonight. Canyon Lake was one of the big winners. I saw anywhere from 4 to 5 inches, but 4.09 officially there right near the lake. Bernie, 0.85. now the numbers were lower as you go out west, but there was a strip here on the northwest side of San Antonio that got 3.5 inches plus. The airport, again, one of the bigger numbers, 2.06 at Randolph, Seguin 1.06, New Braunfels. I know that's a place that's been struggling with drought, 2.04. These numbers are so good to see. We just hate that it comes with the issues on the roadways and the flooding and concerns for safety. As we look off to the east, these are the numbers as of now. Now, obviously, it's still raining here, so these numbers will continue to come up. 2.41 Cuero, 3.66 in Goliad. So it's healthy. San Antonio points east. And if you're watching from west of San Antonio, you're probably saying, hey, what about us? Didn't get a lot there last night, but hopefully there is some more on the way. And places like Del Rio, which has only seen 0.07 of an inch of rain this year, will get some. The airport now at 4.73 for the year. We are now 3 inches above average. These numbers are so huge when it comes to our drought situation. As we go outside for you, we've got temperatures sitting in the 40s right now, 48, still pretty chilly. 48 in New Braunfels, 47 Seguin, 45 in Bernie. There's a little bit of a wind chill, but not much. And there is also some patchy fog here and there. Places like Bernie Stage, seeing fog with visibility down to about a half a mile or so. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't think fog's going to be a big problem, but there could be some here and there. Our forecast today, noontime 52. I do think we could see a little bit of sun this afternoon, which would help to push temperatures up near 60. 58 is what we're shooting for. And again, I think the rest of the afternoon is probably dry. Keep the umbrella with you just in case, but I really think that conditions will stay quiet until we get into this evening. And that's when rain chances start to pick back up. We start to bring it in, rain chances around 7, 8 o'clock, and we're up to 30% chance of rain by then. So here's our forecast, and there's some of that clearing I was talking about. Quiets down, sun may pop out around dinner time. But as we get towards midnight, notice we're starting to see a few showers redevelop, and then here we go. Showers and maybe a few storms Tuesday morning. The morning commute could be not so great yet again. I don't think this rain will be as heavy, but any extra rain on top of what we've already seen is going to cause problems. So tomorrow morning, take it slow. And of course, RJ will keep you updated if there is any flooding. By the afternoon, a lot of the rain scoots east. But guess what? We have more potentially coming in Wednesday morning. Several storm systems, one after the other, coming through. And this brings us more rain. So I have a feeling we're going to end January with just some big numbers for the month. There are the rain chances Monday night, Tuesday morning, highest percentage, and then again Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. We'll do it all again before rain chances really cut off as we head into the weekend with a front. So it's a busy week. Even on Friday, we have a small chance of rain. Just very active, and some of the best rain guys we've seen in several years. It should cut into the drought.
Yeah, it's good rain, but all at once, unfortunately.
That's how it always works.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, you mentioned RJ. He's still in the studio right now, and he's helping us keep an eye on a couple of these trouble spots due to wet roads and ponding and, of course, high water. This is the problem we've been tracking at 410 at Evers, and one of the other pretty typical trouble spots is at Highway 90 at Leon Creek. We'll be back.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Well, Championship Sunday is set after an action-packed NFL playoff weekend.
David and RJ are back to discuss the divisional games and also talk some Spurs. I watched them. This is the first time I've been able to watch two games. I watched them lose to Charlotte Friday night, but then it was nice to see them get a W over the weekend.
They did. Yeah,
How about that?
Wemby was back for Saturday's game. Spurs take care of business in D.C.
In D.C. We'll talk a little bit about that and say, let's start with the NFL over the weekend. Some really great games. Yeah. Like last night's game. What a way to end the weekend, unless you're Tyler Bass, and it wasn't exactly the way you wanted to end the weekend. Josh Allen had a great night for the Buffalo Bills. It looked like the Bills were going to take off with this thing and send Kansas City home, because Kansas City can't win a playoff game on the road until this guy gets going. Patrick Mahomes, former Texas Tech Red Raider.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
Well, David, the way I saw this was, look at that, Jason Kelsey. This is
like really right in front of Taylor Swift. What is she thinking?
Shine away from Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. David, to me, this was a heavyweight fight. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. And you know what? Mahomes is getting to a level now where if the game's close, and it's a playoff game or a critical game, then I'm just going to take Patrick Mahomes every time because he just has proven time over time that he's just going to get it done.
Look at Taylor. Look at his Kelly back there. Like, oh my goodness gracious! All right, so by the way, Patrick Mahomes, that was a great catch. That was just super fantastic. The Bills gave up 2 touchdowns in a row to start the second half, and that was the end of that. And then, of course, they gave up the field goal. So we won't even show you the field goal because after that, there's a guy in the stands crying, and we don't want to show the guy in the stands crying because there's no telling what happened to him.
There was a failed punt there. Unfortunately, DeMar Hamlin was part of that. But Buffalo did have some opportunities, David. Obviously, they could not get it done.
Yeah, Allen missed 2 guys in the end zone a couple of times.
So. Stephon Diggs dropped a deep pass that would have put Buffalo in scoring position. But
all right, so let's move on. So we know the Chiefs won. We know they're headed to the AFC Championship.
Yep.
So now we got to get through the Texans and the Ravens. The Texans knew this was going to happen. The Texans couldn't even score a touchdown. They only scored when they returned a punt, and that was it. And this guy is going to probably be the MVP of the season. And he's probably going to, I don't know if he's going to win a Super Bowl or not, but he's going to come awful close. So
2 passing TDs, 2 rushing TDs for Lamar Jackson, went over 100 yards. The Ravens right now, they're a buzzsaw. This should be a fun game, though, because, again, Patrick Mahomes on the road in Baltimore taking on the presumed MVP there, Lamar Jackson. Should be a lot of fun.
All right, real quick, the weather has messed up our sports. So, we got to talk weather. So we got a second. It's the Spurs tonight. They play Philadelphia. Is this the last of this road trip?
We believe. I believe
off a couple of days.
Yes.
This is 5 games, and they've won one of them.
Well, they beat Washington, that's right, on Saturday.
Yesterday.
So obviously big thing here, Wemby versus Joel Embiid. And I think we're going to get Wemby off of the minutes restriction based on what
that'd be great
after the game Saturday.
2 stats that stand out in their win: 38 assists on 51 shots. That usually means a victory for the Spurs. And Wembanyama took 21 shots.
Trey Jones. Thank you, Trey Jones, for being a
so he took the most shots, and that's what we've been talking about. He needs to start taking more shots than anybody else, and he did. And he had 24 points, 8 rebounds.
I'd like to see
Spurs
that.
win.
Very nice.
Very good.
All right. Thanks, guys. You squeezed in a lot in. Okay.
Got in it.
9:26, 49 degrees more ahead on GMSA at 9.
So when we come back, we're going to have a live report from New Hampshire as the final 2 GOP candidates get ready for the primary there.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is out of the race, making former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley the last candidate standing between former President Donald Trump and a 3rd straight Republican nomination.
With New Hampshire's first in the nation primary just a day away, the 2 candidates are going head-to-head to win a nominating contest that's just barely getting started.
CNN's Gloria Pazmino joins us live in Manchester, New Hampshire this morning to talk about the race for the White House. Good morning, Gloria.
Good morning, Mark, Stephanie. And then there were 2. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley battling for a win here in New Hampshire against former President Donald Trump, who is leading her in most polls, at least by 11 points. As you mentioned, Ron DeSantis out of the race, and Nikki Haley hoping to capitalize on whatever voters she may be able to convince. But most polls show that DeSantis voters usually vote for Trump as their second option. So it remains unclear if she'll be able to pull it off here in New Hampshire, a race she needs to win in order to keep going in the nomination process.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis out.
I am today suspending my campaign.
Just 2 days before New Hampshire's first in the nation primary, the candidate once favored to take on Donald Trump is now throwing his support behind the former president.
Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden.
The race for the GOP presidential nominee now down to just 2.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a 2-person race.
Former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley sharpening her final message to New Hampshire voters.
I am that new generational leader, and I'm the conservative that can get it done. We're the only one in a general election that beats Joe Biden.
And taking on Trump.
No matter what it is, chaos follows him, rightly or wrongly.
But after a landslide win in Iowa and nearly all polling in his favor, the 45th president is already looking beyond the Granite State and onto the next battle in South Carolina next month.
Almost every politician from South Carolina is endorsing me. How do you do that when she was the governor? That's why I'm so proud to be joined today by an incredible group of leaders from Nikki's home state of South Carolina, where we'll be in about 3 weeks.
Now, Trump, we've been watching as he sort of takes the political campaigning to the courtroom. He was back in a New York City courtroom early this morning, but the court has already been adjourned for the day after a juror was sick and dismissed by the judge. So Trump expected to be back in New Hampshire this evening, where he will be hosting a rally on the evening of the primary. Polls will open early tomorrow morning, and whatever happens here will determine the fate of not just Nikki Haley, but of course just how much more of this nominating contest we might see. As you mentioned at the beginning, it's looking like it's ending just barely as it's getting started. I'm Gloria Pasmino, live in Manchester, New Hampshire. Back to you.
And Gloria, DeSantis left the race just yesterday, not leaving much time for Haley to build up support. How is the Haley campaign reacting?
Well, look, one thing is clear. Haley has been polling far better than DeSantis, but not better than Trump. DeSantis was just barely around 6% here in New Hampshire. In fact, he had been focusing much of his energy in South Carolina, which is the next step in the nominating process. So Haley has been targeting New Hampshire's undeclared independent voters. They make up a large chunk of the electorate here, about 40% in New Hampshire, and they are a pivotal group of voters that anyone who wins this race is going to need the support of. Now, Nikki Haley's campaign has been focusing on those voters, and they've been going out to the precincts where Donald Trump did not perform as well in the last two elections. Now, Trump did win New Hampshire in 2016 and in 2020, but he lost the state during the general election. So Nikki Haley making the case that it should be a race between her and Trump, and that it's time for what she calls a generational change. She has often pointed out to Trump's age as well as Joe Biden's age as a point of criticism, saying that it is time for something new in the Republican Party. That remains to be seen whether or not that argument is something that the voters of New Hampshire are in favor of here. But whatever the outcome is tomorrow will determine the fate of the Haley campaign in the next several days.
Gloria, last question. Where do DeSantis voters go now?
Well, Mark, most of the polling shows that if you are a DeSantis supporter here in New Hampshire, your second choice candidate is likely former President Trump. DeSantis voters usually list their second choice candidate as Trump. So it doesn't look like DeSantis voters are necessarily going to suddenly now go to Nikki Haley. The polling doesn't seem to suggest that. So if anything, it just means that these two sides are going to be further apart, and we might see an even bigger margin between whoever wins tomorrow and the second place candidate, whether that's Nikki Haley. That's what the polls are suggesting. Trump is leading her by 11 points. And so she's got a lot of ground to make up, but her campaign has been confident. They believe they can make up some ground in New Hampshire. She's been out campaigning with the governor. That's her primary surrogate here in the state. And they certainly are projecting confidence that they can make up some ground here in New Hampshire. Of course, it will all be determined by tomorrow evening when the results start to come in. Trump, for his part, part has been increasing the attacks against Haley, pointing out the fact that he's already been endorsed by several Republicans from her home state of South Carolina. That is, of course, the next step in the nominating process. And in many ways, Trump has already moved on to South Carolina as if he is almost certain that he will deliver a win here tomorrow here in New Hampshire.
All right. Thank you, Gloria Pazmino from CNN Live in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Back here at home, outside with live cam, we got a ton of rain overnight into this morning. And from what we're hearing right now, we may not be done with the wet stuff this week.
You're right, Mark. We've got more on the way. So the concerns for flooding, if that's, we've already seen some of that, it could continue over the next couple of days. I don't know that we're going to see the heavy rain that we saw last night again, but we're still going to see more rain. And that is just going to add to scenes like this where Esparza Creek, this is the creek near Esparza Elementary, where you can see it's right at the top there, filled to the brim. And we've seen a lot of creeks like that. And RJ will show you some pictures with TransGuide here in just a second that really illustrates the issues that we're still having, even though the rain has really ended here in San Antonio. We've got a few light showers, but the bulk of the heavy rain is now pushing east. Places like Gonzales, Howardsville, still getting in on some heavy rain. But I'd say give it another few hours and it ends there as well. This is kind of the backside of things. This is the first of several pieces of energy that work through South Texas. You can see the rain's widespread, San Antonio, Dallas to Houston. So flooding not only here, but across a large portion of Texas. And then you go out west. There's our next storm system. This moves in later tonight into tomorrow morning. And yes, it brings us more rain, if you can believe that. Noontime today, cloudy, 52. We get some clearing this afternoon. A break in the action, 58. But then the rain kicks back in later this evening and into tonight. We'll see increasing rain chances by tomorrow, which means we could see another very wet Tuesday morning commute, RJ.
Yeah, Justin, and we've been talking about high water issues throughout the entire morning. So according to San Antonio Fire Department, from around midnight to 8 o'clock this morning, there were about at least 25 reported high water rescues. So something that we've been following throughout the early morning hours. And we see a stranded vehicle here on the access road here at US 90 eastbound at Leon Creek. You can see just how fast this water can gather in some of these areas. Now, the other trouble spots that we've been following throughout the morning, we now have TxDOT crews, emergency officials out here at 410 eastbound at Rolling Ridge. This has been shut down since before 5 a.m. So hopefully these crews can clear this out, drain some of this water that we've been seeing in this area. The other trouble spot, I-10 east at Medical. So no full closure here, but you could see at least 3 main lanes still shut down there, eastbound lanes at Medical. So again, I-10, 410 were just kind of our busiest places earlier this morning. You could see especially there that 410 traffic backed up all the way to 151. There were some problems there, 151 and a Military Drive as well. So again, just a lot of different spots that we're hitting at this moment. Still have a report of a high water closure or at least delay there on AT&T Center Parkway at 35 South, and just a lot of activity downtown. Remember, the lower levels of 10 and 35 tend to get flooded during these weather events. And we just saw right there that video from Leon Creek. That's what this is reporting right now, 90 eastbound at Old Highway 90 West. So you saw the access road there completely blocked off there at Enrique Barrera Parkway. So just something to keep in mind if you are headed out. So the rest of the city, we're getting things cleared out, so that's good news. A couple of things are starting to clear up, including I-10 westbound at Camp Bullis. That has been cleared out for us. But again, biggest thing that we're following right now is kind of just this water that's been hanging out here for the entire morning, and hopefully TxDOT crews can get this cleared out pretty soon, kind of let these drivers get on the rest of their day. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Hey, sports fans, Instant Replay airs every Sunday night at 11 p.m. And you miss any part of it, you can always catch up with the latest in local sports on KSAT.com. Just click on the Instant Replay section under the Sports tab. There, you'll be able to watch certain segments, including the Press Box, where Larry Ramirez and Mary Rominger discuss a handful of topics. Plus, I'll look at some of the highlights from high school sports in our area with the BGC High School Headliners of the Week. You can also find these videos on our KSAT YouTube channel. And don't forget to watch Instant Replay every Sunday at 11 p.m. There's Larry and Mary right there. 9:41, 49 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, this is the second week of Restaurant Weeks, and coming up after the break, Max Massey talks about having Susan Toronto Etheridge, CEO of Culinaria, and Chef Leo Davila on the latest edition of the Leading SA and how this event is great for everyone.
You know who doesn't mind the rain at all, Steph? The hippos.
These guys?
Out at the San Antonio Zoo. And they're just kind of hanging around on this Monday morning. It's always a great day to go to our zoo.
It was really cool. Chef Leo and Suzanne, the CEO of Culinaria, joined us live in studio, and we talked about a lot. Obviously, we talked about Sticks and Stone. We talked about the impact on local families, but we also talked about small businesses, some of the obstacles that they faced over the last few years, including rising costs and how they are still trying to persevere in this interesting environment. So take a bit of our conversation.
It's rising costs, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to give an affordable living wage to the people who work for us, and then we're trying to put a quality product out. You're right, I can't compete with the McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, because they buy in bulk and they sell tens and hundreds and thousands of more meals than me. But what you can get from somebody like a local restaurant like myself is, I curated that. That's my soul, that's my heart, that's my memory, that's my love on a plate.
We have Leading SA every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Let's look out there with live cam. Yes, there's still problems out there on the roadways. This is an area where we always have problems, the Highway 90 at Leon Creek, and you can kind of see that vehicle stuck there right now. And a lot of things that drivers are dealing with this morning, Justin.
Yeah, the floodwaters are still subsiding, but you know it takes time, and that's just a scary situation there. You see that one car caught in the water, and that rushing water can pick up and move a car very easily. If it's not for those barriers, that car would probably go right down the creek there. So we got to be so very careful. Those low water crossings, still dangerous. And yes, we are expecting more rain as we get into tonight, so this could be another issue as we get into tomorrow morning. Satellite radar shows the rain is pushing east. We've still got a few very light showers over San Antonio, but the heavy rain is now pushing in towards Gonzales, Cuero, and Howitzville. And as I said earlier, give it another couple of hours and it will clear your areas as well. And we'll be done with the rain, at least for a little while. Most of today will be quiet. But as we look back off to the west, there's our next storm system. And we've got a parade of storm systems that move in our direction. Honestly, if you kind of break it up, we've got 4 different pieces of energy that come through. And that's why we've got these intermittent chances of rain all the way through Friday. But our best odds, our next best odds, will be showing up tonight into tomorrow morning. Let me show you the forecast here. And yes, this rain moves east. And by 5 o'clock today, we're not going to see a whole lot on radar. We could even see a little bit of breaks in the cloud cover, which will help get temperatures up close to 60. But by tonight, midnight, we'll start to see showers redeveloping, and we could start to see some pockets of rain. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, another wet, soggy commute, and there could be some pockets of heavy rain mixed in here, so we're going to have to be careful yet again. This is noontime tomorrow, shows some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms working through. Then we get a break Tuesday afternoon, and then we may do this all again Tuesday night into Wednesday morning with the opportunity for more showers and storms moving through. Now, in this case, I think the better odds are going to be east and southeast of San Antonio, but still, we're going to get the opportunity to add to our already really good-looking rainfall total for the month. And so this could be a record-setting month for us when it comes to rain, honestly, because this event has just been so fruitful. The next 12 hours, I should say, noontime 52, and then by the time we get into the afternoon, 58 with some clearing skies. And then tonight, we'll start to bring the rain chances back in. So as early as 7 p.m., we've got a 20% chance of rain, and then we bring that up to a 30% chance by 8, 9 o'clock. 4.73, that's where we stand right now for the month of January. This is already the 9th wettest January all time, but we have a few days here to add to this, and I think that we will. Last January, if you want a comparison, 0.69. Shows you that this has been much, much better for us. We're starting off the year on a good note. 48 right now. Dew point is at 48. That often develops some fog. We may see a little bit of that here for the next couple of hours. Not seeing much, though, at the airport. Visibility looks okay. And then when we're talking rain chances, I mentioned it's tonight into tomorrow where we bring rain chances back up to 70%. Drops off a little bit Tuesday night, but picks right back up early Wednesday. And again, even into Wednesday night, still some chances. I think we'll have a small chance maybe on Friday, too. But the bottom line is there's going to be some pockets of heavy rain that will still redevelop here, especially over the next couple days. we'll certainly keep you posted, and the KSAT weather app will be updated as often as we can. We'll be updating that, the meteorologist here on staff, and so we'll keep you posted each and every day. It does warm up some, 70 by Thursday and Friday with some sun, but a cold front comes through this weekend and cools us right back down into the 50s and 60s.
Wow. We'll take the 70s for a little bit at least.
Yeah, and the rain. It's going to be a soggy week.
All right. Thank you, Justin.
Time now is 10 till 10, 49 degrees.
When we come back, a look at the top 5 films in theaters this week.
You did it! I can't believe it!
Migration held its course in 5th place, taking in $5.3 million. $5.4 million put the rom-com Anyone But You in 4th place. Wonka is up to $187 million domestic after a 3rd place weekend worth $6.4 million.
I'm the beekeeper. To protect the hive.
Jason Statham and The Beekeeper held 2nd place with $8.5 million. Dance break. Mean Girls made $11.7 million, a 59% drop from its debut, but enough to keep the box office crown. And that's a look at the top movies at the weekend box office.
We want to show you some of our trouble spots around town due to high water, and this is one of the big ones at 410 and Rolling Ridge. This is in the eastbound lanes between Evers and Callahan, and when we see this in the past, it's typically because a storm drain has been stopped up, blocked up, so it looks like they're working to unstop that drain and drain that water off of 2 lanes and the shoulder in that area. But that's just one spot around town we've been tracking all morning. We have high water issues and have had them at places like 10 and Medical, but pretty much all over town in the normal problem spots, including that one at 90 in Leon Creek.
Big problem spot there.
Yeah, that's a pretty typical one. The I-10 and Medical one, I don't know if you saw, there's guys over there in the water trying to get that drain to drain as well. You see the 2 guys there kind of knee deep in water trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I think what happens a lot of times is we get in these drought situations and these drains just fill up with trash, and then once we get these big rain events, they don't drain very well, and this is the end result. I want to show you some of the numbers across the area as far as rainfall totals, and man, these are great numbers. 3.57 at the airport, Canyon Lake over 4 inches, so pretty widespread. I'd say 2 to 4 inches around Bexar County depending on where you were. And then the numbers out east are starting to add up too. Cuero, Howitzville, Victoria, all places picking up 1 inch, 2 inches or more. So this is kind of the first round. It's moving out. It will continue to move away, and then we'll see some clearing this afternoon, at least a little bit, I think. Noontime 52, and then we'll be up around 60 or so this afternoon. The rain chances kick back in tonight, and we'll have more rain chances next few days, especially again early tomorrow, and then maybe again early on Wednesday. So these morning commutes could be a little treacherous. Be aware.
Thank you, Justin. A reminder that again at 11 a.m., SAISD is expected to hold a press conference about the reopening of schools today after last week's district-wide heating system failures.
If you remember, last week it started with a closure of about 22 schools on Wednesday, and then because those problems continued, they went ahead and closed over 99 campuses for the rest of the week. So SAISD Superintendent Jaime Aquino will be there with other district officials to answer questions about what happened and what has been done to get schools open so far. So remember, we will be live streaming the press conference, and we'll have a live report at noon.
Thanks for watching. Be safe out there.